All eyes on Toronto last night for Kawhi's return. A lot of talk going into that. How was he going to be received? What was that going to be like? And come to find out, Toronto, the Raptors, the fans, the area, they could not have handled that any better. I love what I saw. That was incredibly classy. Really, really cool. A great night all the way around. And you know what? When you get right down to it, you knew it would be. That's not surprising at all. You knew there was no way that Kawhi was going to return to Toronto and they were going to boo him out of that building or throw stuff at him or ice him or ghost him or disrespect him at all. That's not what they're about. They actually gave him the ultimate welcome. There were billboards all over town. The team was tweeting about it in advance. And then when the night came, it was not just a few MVP chants or this short highlight video that they jammed into a timeout in the third quarter. It actually was a fairly epic production. A nearly 2-minute video tribute during the player intros. It included a moment where the arena went dark and they played the audio of that epic shot that he made against Philadelphia with his footprints lighting up on the floor, retracing the steps. I mean, that was cool as hell. Really creative, really cool, and you can tell they put a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of thought into it. And to me, it shows the relationship between the Raptors fans, and Kawhi. And the fact that he changed everything. Because the moment they chose to highlight and feature in that incredibly cool way was not them getting past Milwaukee in the conference finals. It wasn't them taking down Golden State to win the title. It was beating Philly in the conference semis. And when you look back years from now, you might think, why is that such a big deal? Why highlight that? Why are you talking about that? I mean, they won the NBA Finals. They took home the Larry O'Brien Trophy. So why was winning a conference semifinal that big of a moment? Why did they choose that moment to immortalize? And the answer is, that was the moment that he became a legend in Toronto. That was the moment they all started to believe because it was the shot. And when you go back and you watch that shot again, it's even more outrageous. It's even more insane than it was at that time. The movement, the shot, the ball on the rim, the faces of Kawhi, Joel, everybody else. And then it falls. Then it goes down. And then everything changed in a second. It was the shot. And then Kawhi was introduced to the crowd last night. There were some goosebumps. That was a really cool moment. Really cool moment. Then he got his ring, and the special ring had a special message. It's sized for my middle finger, and there's a logo in there, so I've got like an FU symbol in there. That's pretty cool. Then they played a game. Then they played an actual game, which LA won. And the funny thing about that is, it didn't even feel like it really mattered that much. Because that's the rare night when the pregame introduction is the real show, where the game itself is sort of an afterthought. I mean, if you want the details, they're like this. Kawhi had 23. He had 6 assists. He had 5 rebounds. Another former Raptor, Lou Williams, had 18. And by the way, Lou got a tribute video as well. This guy's been away for 5 years, and they still broke out a tribute for him. I mean, you got to give it to the Raptors. They literally thought of everything. Anyway, there was a final score in that game. LA won 112-92. Now, Toronto has had a really nice season in their post-Kawhi life. Last night was not their night, but they're having a really nice season. Last night was not their night, but really on some level, it kind of was. Because to me, that's the gold standard. That is now the gold standard for how you welcome somebody back. I have never seen a team do it better than what Toronto did for Kawhi last night. Never. Neither has Doc Rivers, and Doc has seen pretty much everything. Really classy move by the organization and the fans as well. And Doc said, I've never seen anything like that in the league. Doc played in the league. Doc was a broadcaster for a long time. Doc's a great coach. And he has never seen anything like that. And again, remember this. The key to me, they did it for a guy who was there for a year It's worth remembering. This is not like Kawhi was a Toronto lifer. This is not like Kobe in LA. The guy was there for 60 regular season games. And then the postseason, and then he bounced. But nobody in Toronto is holding that against him. And then after the game, Kawhi, who normally does not have a lot to say about anything at all, couldn't stop talking. Kawhi seemed to really enjoy the night. Like, normally tension, conflict, beef, it's all good, right? We like that stuff. Guys talking junk, teams that hate each other. It's good for the show. It's good for business. It's good for the brand. There's a reason why this is the garden or the jungle and not the garden. A reason why nice radio always sucked back in the day.
Nice radio.
Remember those days? Back in the day, if things got especially chippy on the program, somebody would say, man, why are you so angry? Why is everybody so angry? Keep it positive. And I would say, you know what? You're right. I'm the host. I got to own it. Let's do nice radio.
Nice radio.
And it would last like 2 or 3 minutes, or 5 minutes, or one segment, and it sucked. Except last night really was nice. Really nice. All love. So I thought they did an amazing job with that welcome back. So good that the game nearly didn't matter. The home team gets blown out on an off night. I'm not sure any of the fans were even upset about that. But it's not like Raptors fans were all Toronto nice, because they did get after Paul George. They did boo George, and I do respect that. That's just to remind you that you're not going to come in here and walk all over us. And probably some Raptor fans were holding it against George, the Kawhi's in LA. Either way, I'm good with that too, because I was good with everything they did last night. Classy as hell, the gold standard for how you pay your respect and show your love for a player. Love and respect that guy earned, that guy deserved, and they gave it to him. So gigantic tip of the hat to the Raptors and their fans. Classy as hell.